Hello. Good evening to all.
Yeah, good evening.
Okay. So today we will discuss Okay, good evening. Can you able to see my screen, right?
Yes, sir.
Can you just confirm me my voice is clear or not?
Clear, sir.
Yeah, okay, fine. So this is third week live session. So today I will explain two concepts. One is Matplot library to plot different style functions. Okay, so that will be similar to your Matlab. So features. After that, I will take one dataset, public dataset, that is very famous dataset, iris dataset. Then I will explain and I will plot different graphs. Okay, I will explain mean, median, mode. Okay, and then we will see. Okay, different exploration of data analysis on iris dataset. Okay, after that we are going to build some machine learning models, basic simple machine learning models on iris dataset. Okay, so before that we need to know some plotting libraries. Okay, so the first one is we will see matplot library. Okay, so we have in Python, we have matplot library is there. Okay, so we can matplot library, then pyplot. Okay, so this will be the collection of command style function. This particular library, it will contain collection of different style functions that will be used for plotting different graphs. Okay, so if you want to import this one, you just use in Python import keyword, then matplot. So it's better if you are open your Google Colab and you try to type your code with me. Okay, just a minute. Okay, nice. You want to import, if you want to plot any kind of graphs. Okay, basically we will use matplot library. Then we have another one also for visualization, Seaborn is there. So as of now we will see matplot library. Okay, so for example I want to plot a graph. Okay, I want to plot a graph with x-axis and y-axis. with x-axis and y-axis. Okay, so I am writing the code. Okay, so I have named this entire library as I am giving some alias name, that is PLT. Okay, so I want to plot. Okay, for example, I have two lists, one is 1 2 3, another one is 5 7 4. Okay, so after that I am plotting a graph. Okay, so two lists. For plotting any kind of graph, we have a function called plot in Matlab, I mean in Matplot library. You need to use this plot. Okay, and then you can pass whatever the information you are going to have. Okay, you try to execute this one. Plot.show means for visualization you will get the respective. Just a minute. Initially it will take some time because we are running our Python codes in Google server. Okay, so it should be connected. Okay, initially it will take time to connect it. So always you need to import the respective package. After that only you need to run these commands, plotting commands. Okay, so previously I did not run this cell. Okay, then I executed directly this code. Okay, so what is meant by this thing is, okay, here we have 1 2 3. Okay, so this is my 1 2 3. Okay, so we are having two lists, that is 1 2 3, another one is 5 7 4. Okay, so this will be considered as the x-axis. Okay, this is my 1 2 3, and then this should be considered as the next value is considered as the y-axis. Okay, so then you just use plot.show. Okay, if you want to visualize any graph, okay, you need to use plot.show command. Plot.show. Okay, so suppose if you want to name, okay, for example here x-axis, you want to name some label. Okay, so basically you don't know what is this, some values are there, you don't know what is these values. Okay, you want to name these things. Okay, if you want to name this one x-axis, y-axis, and you want to name your graph. Okay, so how you can do means, so you need to name. Okay, plt dot you need to mention, for example you want to name, that is labeling. Okay, so x label, then you need to specify the label name. Generally what is the name you are going to give. Okay, for example in this case I am going to consider it as indices. Okay, so this is my x-axis, and then you see some auto suggestion. Okay, then plt dot y label. Okay, if we don't know what is the syntax means, what are the parameters you are going to pass it here means, you just click on here, it will give some syntax. Okay, so this is my y-axis, and then you want to give some title, right? So this is showing. Okay, plt dot title. Okay, so plt dot title, so you can give, this is my first plot. Okay, now you run this code and see. See here, indices. Okay, I have given my labels. X label is indices, and then y label is values. Then the title, always in Python the title it will show on top of that particular plot. Okay, so this is my first plot. If you want to change anything, okay, you can give your customized name. This is my plot. Okay, so it will change it. Instead of indices you want to give some other name, you just rename these things, x label and y label values. You can able to plot this thing. Okay, so the next one is, for example here you have
Ram, one question here.
yeah,
Like you mentioned 1, 2, 4, right? Can you go little top
yeah.
in the X? But how come it is showing 1.25, 1.50 in the X?
So by default Python will take some values. For example, if you don't want For example, if you don't want all these values, okay, you can pass some parameters, okay. You need to pass the respective parameters. You want to show this graph only 1, 2, 3, right? You need to give some parameters. Just a minute, sir. I will plot the graph with only 1 to 3 values, okay. I'm just taking the same code. See, here I'm using some other, the same thing only. I'm just, instead of plotting a single line, I'm trying to mark it as some circles, okay, with these points. You just see this graph also. So these are my points, okay. So now you want, this is some other graph, okay. Instead of plotting the line, you want to plot some circle, okay. So you need to pass a parameter like this. Similarly, if you want to see here x labels the values, okay, you just try to so Sir, for example, if you want to stick to just a minute. Okay, I'm just can you able to see here your question, sir? You told that you don't want the remaining values. For example, in this above plot, we have 1, 1.25, 1.50, 1.7. By default, Python, it will give some values. If you don't want those things, you just want to see only the X labels 1, 2, 3, and then Y labels 5, 7, 4, okay? You need to write the syntax appropriately. For example, initially I have given X labels. Instead of X labels, you can use X sticks, okay? So then it will show only 1, 2, 3. Then some noise is coming. Can you mute? Please mute by yourself. Is that clear, sir?
Yes, I am good. Yes, thank you.
Yeah. You try to practice run these codes with me. Similarly, if you don't want to show all these things, instead of Y label, you just mention that Y ticks and you specify that particular value. So this is how you can able to plot it. Okay. This is line chart. If you don't want to line, okay, you can plot like this also. These are the data points, X and Y data points. You can plot these data points also. Similarly, for example, you want to change the color of these data points, okay? So you can specify which color you want. If you specify RO, see previously we have blue color, now it is RO means red color, and the specified circle it will give like this. Then here you have some kind of plain plotting is there. For example, you want to see this one in grid, okay? So then what you want to do is you can call this one as plot.grid. There is a function called grid is available in Python. You just call this function plot.grid. Now you see there will be grid will be there in the background, okay? So grid is there. So this grid will be used to separate or to understand these data points in a faster manner, okay? So this will help you. Plot.grid. So this is plotting with the grids. Now I will write, I will plot different graphs, okay? Just a minute. So for example, I am plotting 3 different kinds of lines here, okay? So one line will be, it will be dashed line, another line maybe it will be, instead of circle you need to plot this one with rhombus symbols, okay? So for that I am writing a code. I want to plot different graphs, okay? So for that I want to use some numericals. For that I am importing one package. Import numpy as np, okay, it's giving. So I want to import numpy package, then I'm taking some variable. Np means np dot a range. I am taking some range of values. Np means numpy. Numpy short form is np. Np dot a range. I am taking some range of values, okay, like 0 point, comma, 5 point, comma, then 0 point. I'm just taking these values. So then what I'm doing is I want to plot a graph, okay? So for that plt dot plot. So I have values in t, okay, whatever the numericals, okay. See the code is coming like this, okay. You just press tab t and then or dash dash dash. This is dash line. So then we will see first, okay, what it will plot. See if you observe here, or dash dash dash, then again t power 2, okay, then you are plotting b means blue color, okay, so then s is uh, like straight line, okay, then t power 3 g power, okay, this is green in terms of, okay, so we have three different plots, okay, so it is taking some values, a range of values based on these formulas, okay, so I will write one thing. I want to add one more thing, that is legend, okay, now you are getting some confusion. If we add legend, no artists with labels, okay, so instead of directly writing this one, just a minute.
So what is that the RRR
Which one? This one?
in that green line R dash?
Yeah, I will tell you that one. R means red, dash dash means dash line. This is.
Okay, okay.
Okay, instead of writing direct syntax, I will write individual syntax so that you will get understanding. Just wait a minute. I am plotting, okay, plt dot plot. Then I am taking the range of values. Here I have a range of values from NumPy package. T comma, I am, this is t power 2. T power 2, then so now I am giving, okay, b dash dash dash. Similarly previously something, what is this? B means blue color, okay, the line, the plot, you are going to plot it as blue color, b dash dash dash. Then what I am doing is I am giving some legend means some labeling to understand. Label it as power of 2, okay. Similarly you plot, you just try to there is some syntax error is there, t comma t power 2, label spelling mistake is there. See here, instead of plotting all three different plots here, I am just using as of now one, okay, let me explain this one. PLT plot, okay, plot is the function, you can able to give many parameters, whatever. T is the value, here we are taking one range of values. So from this t of values, okay, we are getting t power 2, this is power, okay, like exponential, okay. B means blue color, dash dash means you want to dash lines, this is my dash lines. The labeling means this is called legend, okay, like to understand, this is power of 2 line, you are getting input values from this NumPy package, you are plotting this one, okay. Similarly I am plotting some other things also, okay, I am just copying this one. So the same t value I am taking, instead of 2 I am taking it as 2 power 2, then instead of blue dash line I want to see some other thing, that is red, then this legend is power of 2 power 2, okay. Now see, now you observe, this is rhombus, RS means red color, so you want to see,
Red color square.
yeah, square, red color square. R means red, S means square, okay. This is blue color dash line. So the values it is plotting in 2 power in terms of 2.2, okay. The next plot I am going to plot it as PLT plot, or else you copy the same thing. Oh, okay, it's giving some auto suggestion. Okay. Now see, okay, so if you see this graph, okay, there are some scenarios you want to plot three different things in one graph. Okay, so you can able to plot like this, and you can give some legends to understand more about these things. Okay, this is green color rhombus. Okay, this is one way you can use Matplotlib library function to plot your graphs. Okay, next what we will do is, for example, I want to increase or decrease the size of this plotting line. Okay, we can able to do those things also. Now the next thing I will discuss it as controlling line properties. Now we have lines, right? These are three different lines. We are trying to control it. Okay, so
So can you once again show the what green color and triangle? Okay, okay, okay.
if you want, I will just check your chart box. Check your chart box. Okay, I have sent this code in chart. So I request all of you try to run this course with me, then only you can learn. Okay, otherwise you will get some errors. Okay, next one is, now we need to control these lines. Okay, for example, you want to increase the size of this thing, or you want to decrease the size of the line. Okay, let me explain. Controlling the, what is this? Controlling line properties. How to control this line properties. Okay, so now I'm trying to give the x values, for example 1 2 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4. This is my x values, like x list. Then I'm giving, so my y list 1 comma 4 comma 9 comma 16. Now what I want to is, I want to plot PLT dot plot function. You use it, you specify your x and y plot. Okay, then you need to specify line width. So I am giving it as 5.0. then we just use plot dot show. See here, if you are giving the line width, okay, 5 point, okay, you just observe the thickness of this line. Okay, similarly if you give 10, so you are getting some thick lines. Okay, so we have different properties are there inside this plot function. You need to pass those parameters. You need to say, okay, I want the line width of this much, 10 or 5 or 2. Okay, similarly this is 2. Okay, similarly, for example, we have x1 and x2. Okay, you want to plot, so there is another function called set p. Okay, you want to set for properties for this line also. Okay, so here itself, for example, you just assume this one as my x1, this is my y1. So I'm giving two more points, data points in the list. Okay, my x2, okay, it's giving automatically some code. We will take the same thing, my x2 and my y2. So I want to plot lines. Okay, so for that we are taking lines, plot dot plt dot plot lines x1 comma y1 and x2 comma y2. So there is another function, you just remove this thing. So another function set p. Set p means we need to set some properties for these lines. Okay, we have lines with data points x1 and x2, x1 and y1 and x2 and y2. Now I am setting these properties. For lines, color will be red and line width will be some 2. Now you see two different lines are there with red color. This is like, okay, in MATLAB also we have similar kind of function, okay, like lines comma color comma g, okay. Is that clear? This is another way. For example, you need to see this background as some grid, okay, then you call plot dot grid function. Now you see some beautiful visualization. If you are having grid, it will give some beautiful visualization. Then plot dot show. This is some other way we can plot the graph. Now what we will do is we will plot multiple graphs, okay, instead of plotting only one graph, okay. So within this particular region or this particular figure, we are trying to plot multiple graphs, okay. So for
we
that,
want
yeah,
we want write this graph, sir. Please, sir. Okay.
which graph?
Yes.
So these are some basics, okay. There are so many graphs. With the help of Matplotlib library, you can able to plot so many things. What you want to do is you just want to know the respective function. For example, previously plot function. Now we are using some set p function, set properties. Okay, you just refer that Matplotlib library function. Try you go through the different functions present in that library. You try to explore more examples. I'm just giving some basics, okay. The advantage, if you are using Matplotlib library, you can able to visualize these things, okay.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, I joined lately because network was an issue. After 18 minutes, I joined. Sir, is that the specific instruction command or general command, sir?
General in the sense? No, what is your question? I didn't get your question.
That means where we can use it. What kind of case in which cases will apply this type of plots?
Oh, okay. So it's up to your requirement, okay. For example, you have to plot something, okay. You are working on some data set or something. You want to
Mm-hmm.
take x-axis as something, okay, some
Mm-hmm.
values, and y-axis as some values, right? So
Okay.
you can take those x and y-axis and you can plot your graphs, okay. Later I will show you, I will explain one data set. There will be famous data set, iris data set. So with the help of that data set, I am going to plot few
Okay,
plots,
sir.
okay.
Okay.
So
All right.
I am just giving the input how to plot these graphs. Where you want to going to use these plots means it's up to you, okay. It depends on your requirement.
All right. Thank you.
So the next plot is so basically analytics means you need to take some decisions, okay, future decisions. You need to predict it, okay. For example, if you are having numerical data or some kind of Excel data, it's very difficult to take decision. For example, that entire data, if you plot a graph like this, okay, you can make some decisions. For example, you just assume that, okay, so this may be some kind of stock market, okay. Now the stock, this will be y-axis will be stock price 40, okay. So this is one corporate company or one company stock, this is another company stock, okay. So these are the values. Based on this you can come to, okay, this particular stock value is increasing like this is going like this, okay. So like that you can analyze your data. Or else you just assume that these are the student roll numbers 1 2 3 4 5 6, okay. Some, these are the marks of the students 10 20 30 40 50 60, okay. So we are trying to plot some graphs between student roll numbers and marks, okay. So those are the
One
different
question.
examples.
Excuse me, sir. So why we have a why we use a NumPy and MATLAB? They both are different, right? So we use both of them. Is there any specific reason? I mean, or we can use
No.
either of them.
For NumPy is numerical things. Maybe in above example, I have taken some values from the NumPy package. So here I didn't use any NumPy. See here in this code I didn't use anything NumPy. But for plotting, you need to use Matplotlib function. Okay. So in previous case, okay, I have used NumPy. Why I am using means I am taking different range of values. This is my range of values 0 0.5, 0.2. Okay. So if you want to take the numerical values, you need to use the NumPy package. If you are plotting directly, you are giving your values like this, right? With some list x1 I have assigned 1 2 3 4. This is one list, another list, another list. Okay, so you are not going to depend on the particular NumPy package. Okay, so in this case I didn't imported any NumPy. Okay.
So you mean to say if we are using the real-time example, suppose from the Excel,
Hmm.
so we can use either MATLAB or NumPy, either of them, right? You mean to say that?
Yes, yes. Mostly if you are using Excel, okay, already your data is there. NumPy is generally we are generating some kind of data. Uh, Basically, if you are using Excel, you are not going to depend on NumPy. For
Yeah, that
example,
was
you
my
want to
yeah,
take
yeah.
the
I got it now. That was my question. I mean, if the data is there with us, then we
hmm,
don't have to depend on the
you don't
NumPy.
want to depend on NumPy, yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay.
in
Thank you.
NumPy there are some functions are there like random. For example, if you give 1, 2 or some values, okay, some initialization value, you want to generate random values, okay. In such case, you want to import that NumPy package, then you can call the random function. It will give the randomly some values because you
Okay.
don't have your actual data. You are trying to generate or you are trying to get some data from the
So using
system.
NumPy, using NumPy generation, and
Hmm.
we can also use MATLAB with that. I mean, we can plot with the MATLAB, and we
Hmm.
can generate the range from the NumPy. I mean,
Yes.
we can the combination of both. We can use either of them.
We can
Okay.
use combination of both also and individual also. Basically,
Okay.
NumPy will work on numerical values. Plotting will plot the graphs. Okay, whatever the values we are going to have, based on that values, we are trying
Okay.
to plot the graph.
Okay. Thank you. Got it.
So I am trying to plot multi graphs. You just observe the. So now I have a scenario called I want to plot something. Okay, for example, this is only one plot. I want to plot some subplot. Okay, for example, up to this one plot, and then below we want to plot one more plot. Okay, or else you want to plot here one plot, second plot, third plot, fourth plot. We can do like this also. So now I will show you some subplots. How to plot some subplots. PLT dot. So I am trying to take only one figure. I am dividing this one figure into two subplots. For that, you just figure one. After that, plot. You just call this some subplot function is there. Yeah, some code it is coming. Okay, just observe this code. Subplot 211. So what is this 211 means? 2 means 2 rows. Okay, I am trying to divide this. You just assume this as one figure. This is figure. We are dividing this figure into 2 means rows, 2 rows, 1 means column. Okay, number of columns will be 1. Okay, so then here we are plotting one figure. Okay, similarly, and then we are passing those values. Okay, whatever the values, this is one list, another list. Okay, similarly subplot 2, this is my second plot. Okay, this is first plot and second plot. Okay, now you see I will execute this code, then you can see the change. See this figure, entire figure we are divided into two plots. So this is my first plot and this is my second plot. For that the code is subplot of 211 means I have divided that entire plot into two rows. This is first row and second row. Okay, and then only one column. Okay, if you want to go for even though if you want more plots, okay, like 1 2 3 4. Okay, so instead of 1 you can give the number of columns will be 2 or 3. Okay, it depends on these values. you are going to plot it. The first plot is 1 2 3. This is my 1 2 3 x-axis, this is my y-axis. We can able to plot it. Okay, similarly second one, this is my second plot. Any questions? Suppose if you want to label this one, again you can give. Okay, so in this example they didn't label anything, right? For example, you want to give some title, plt dot give some title. My title will be subplots, something like this. Okay, so far I have given the title here. You can give like this. So this is the so this is about Matplotlib
Sir,
library. Yeah.
can you explain what PLT figure and subplot are doing and what's the parameter we have passed in it?
Figure means, for example, you have one figure. This is one figure, right? So this entire diagram we are going to consider it as one figure. Now what do you want is, you are going to split that entire figure space into two plots. Okay, so here this is my plot 1, this is my plot 2, this is subplot 1, subplot 2. Okay, so we need to pause. If you are plotting subplots, you need to call this function subplot 2 1 1, means 2 will be the number of rows. You are going to say that you can divide this entire figure into two parts. This is one part, this is another part, and then 1 means column. Okay, I am giving as of now only one column. If you want, you can give two columns also. Okay, so now within this figure 1 you can able to plot many number of plots you want. Okay, then you are saying this is 1 means my figure 1, I want my figure 1. So this particular plot is related to this one, the second one present in subplot. Okay, similarly this is my same thing. Okay, you just change the figure 2, this is my plot 2. You just observe these values, then you will know. So this is my x-axis 1 2 3 and 149. This is my 149. Okay, this is my 9. I'm plotting.
So the list you have passed is the values that you want to plot.
Yeah, the list is, one is x-axis, another one is y-axis. I'm plotting two
So
different
you
plots.
don't have to specify it like X label or Y label.
If you want, you can specify, but as of
Okay,
now,
so it
no.
just
Instead of list
automatically does.
passing, you can specify somewhere. You pass those x and y here. I directly
Okay,
passed
okay.
this list to the plot. Okay, we can do like this also. There are different ways we can do like this also.
Sir, can we give individual title?
Yes, you can give. You can give individual titles also.
Okay.
I'm just giving some basic idea. You whatever doubts you are getting, okay, you just try to find out code or how to give individual titles for each plot. Okay, you need to give proper syntaxes, then so you want to give individual titles, right? So for that, what you want to do is, after plotting, you just give title. Okay, so this is my first plot. Okay, I'm just giving the individual titles. Let's see, plt dot, you want to title. Okay, I'm just giving some generic name, first title. This is the,
Excuse me, sir.
yes.
Actually, I'm trying to join from laptop also because laptop sound is not good. So Android as well as laptop I'm connecting. So please accept me, sir.
Okay.
And that is MB Ali.
I can't see any. Nobody is waiting in my waiting room.
Okay, okay. I join here too.
Sir, I have a question.
Yes.
Sir, can we use Seaborn instead of Matplotlib?
Yeah,
Because
you can use Seaborn. Seaborn is the advanced plotting version of Matplotlib library. Later we will see Seaborn features also. So
sir,
this,
then when we should use Seaborn and when we should use Matplotlib?
that I will tell you. Okay, so these are some basic graphs, right? For example, line graph or whatever the circles you are doing. Okay, so if you want to plot some basic graphs, Matplot library is enough. Okay, for example, there in later, okay, in later examples I will plot some violin graph. You know what is violin graph?
No, sir.
Yeah,
No, sir.
so these are, there will be some different varieties of graphs available. Okay, so those graphs are not available in Matplot library. If you want to plot such kind of graphs, violin or some other graphs, okay, you need to use Seaborn. Okay, Seaborn is just an extension version of Matplot library. We have some additional features and additional functions. Okay, is that clear?
Sir,
Yes.
can you give some example how to perform dataset visualization?
Yeah. Now I am going for that only. Okay, I am going to take some existing public data set. Then I will show mean, median, mode values, and then I will plot few graphs. Okay, so is this clear, right? If it is clear, then somebody asked some question. This is how we can give the titles for this first title and second title. Even though we can give some space here also. Okay, you just go through those things. Okay, you just give proper syntaxes. And then okay, if you want you can give some space here also. This is my first plot and first title and second title. Like this you can plot any number of graphs. Okay, next I will go for you are asking something, right? Okay, I will take one public data set. Okay, then I will explain how to visualize. So now you can see my screen, right? Iris dataset. This is very famous dataset. Okay, um, many machine learning people they will start working on this dataset later. Okay, Iris dataset. EDA means explanatory data analysis. We are doing some kind of analysis on this dataset. Okay, this is a famous dataset. Okay, most of the data scientists. Okay, now see. Okay, for this data set is there already in sklearn. Okay, we have one library. Okay, in Python, that is sklearn. In initial my live session on. Okay, so I explained briefly about this scientific kit library. You just if you want to work on Iris dataset. Okay, you need to get it from the already this data set is there in sklearn. Okay, sklearn data set, then you need to import load underscore iris. Okay, then we need to use package, different packages like I have discussed, numpy, matplot library. Then here I will use seaborn also. Okay, for that, okay, pandas is there. I am trying to load that entire Excel data into different data frames, pandas data frames. For that you require pandas also. Okay, so these are the different packages required to explore more on iris dataset. Okay, so if you want to know about these things, okay, I will share one link to you.
Ram, one basic
You
fundamental
can
question.
download the iris dataset from there. Okay, so now what I am doing is I am trying to create I'm trying to load the iris dataset. Okay, this is how to load the iris data. Load underscore iris. I am storing that entire thing into dataset. Then I am creating data frame for the dataset. Okay, so this is the syntax for how to create data frame. PD means pandas. Okay, panda short form PD dot data frame. So this is my data. So inside this data we have, okay, I will download this. We have different column names, that is petal length, petal width, sepal length, sepal width. Okay, so what is this iris means this, okay, I will download this data set.
Ram, can you hear me?
Yes, yes sir.
Ram, yeah, Ram, one basic question. See, IRIS data set we are importing. So generally this importing it only bring libraries, right? So along with the library also, does it load data sets while importing it to the local machine?
Actually sir, in Python to explore more, already they have stored all these data sets in sklearn for machine learning. Okay, by default there are some default, okay, famous data sets, those are available in this sklearn data sets. Okay, for example, if you don't have the data set inside this sklearn, what you want to do is, I think in the initial class I told you can download the data set and you can keep that data set into your drive, then you can able to access it. So as of now this iris dataset is already existing in this sklearn. I am just using that one.
Okay. So you are telling that whenever we import first time, by default all the libraries will be loaded into the local host, right?
Yes sir.
Okay, okay, thank you.
So any questions regarding this data set is already there. Okay, they have provided, okay, this existing data set, they have provided this feature. If you don't have the data set inside your library or function, you can able to store somewhere in your drive or in your folder, then you can get it from that particular folder or path. Okay, so these are the different packages. Okay, these are the column names. Okay, let's see what are the things are there. Okay, this is species target. Okay, let's see, okay, about this data set. So here we have inside this data set we have, okay, I will download the data set and I will show you. Just a minute, I will download this data set.
Sir,
Yeah.
show the steps of how to create a data frame.
Okay. PD.data frame, then you pass your data set. To create a data frame, the syntax PD.data frame, then you can pass your, okay, I will show that. To create data frame, okay, you can give, this is customized name, data PD.data frame. This is your data set. You have loaded this iris data set into this name. Okay, data set, we have data. This is optional. Columns, you want to take this column name separately, you can take it, or if you don't want, you can leave these things. Okay, let me download this iris data set. Now I am downloading this Excel. So I am sharing one link to you. If you want, you can able to download the iris dataset from that link. Okay. Try to download it from the Kaggle. Okay. Just download the iris dataset. Okay, you just download the dataset, and if you see, you just download and open that dataset, and you can see. I will share the link. Okay. See, inside this data set, we are going to have columns like this. So initially data.head means by default it will give the 5 rows. Okay. So if you want more rows, you can give number. Okay. You want to see the first 10 rows. These are the different columns. Okay. Iris is the it's kind of flower data set. The flower names, they are going to have petal length, petal width, sepal width. Okay. These are the terminology to measure that flower or the flower sizes, okay, based on the length and width. Okay, and we have
So,
different, yeah.
please explain the 32nd and 33rd line of lambda function. I didn't understand.
As of now, you just leave this one. Later I will explain this part. Okay, apply lambda
Okay,
function
sir.
means we are just lambda is the one of the function that lambda I will explain little later. Okay, don't get any confusion. So now you just, as of now, you just
Now,
read this data set. Okay, data frame. After that, you are going to have some target. Target means we have different varieties of flowers are there. Species means there will be varieties of species are there. The names are setosa, and then if you want to see all different varieties, setosa, that is versicolor. Okay, so there are 100 rows. I'm reading. There are, these are the different species. Okay, and you
so
see
now
the
simply we can load the data set normally.
and then you
No, the
visualize it.
functions. Okay.
So if you want to visualize this, it will be like this. Okay, petal length, petal width, sepal length, sepal width, and the species type. So what you want to do is, you want to classify this data set based on the species, like setosa wise, or else you want to calculate mean and mean, median, or standard deviation for these values. Okay, now we have some values, right? This is another species, versicolor. Okay. You can visualize like this also in Python itself. You just give 50 rows or 100 rows, or 50 columns or 100 columns. Okay, you just visualize. There will be scrolling also there. You can able to scroll it. Okay. Now what you want to is, if you want to know,
Sir,
okay, yes, tell me.
here is not showing the data, sir.
There,
In my Jupyter Lab, sir.
you have downloaded that dataset Iris,
Yes, sir.
and you have read that data.
Uh, First, I have to download, sir.
Uh, you downloaded, right?
Yes, okay. From where to download, sir?
Check your chat box. I have shared one link. Okay.
Okay, okay, sir.
From that link you download, or else this this will be available in GitHub, Kaggle. Okay. You just type the Iris dataset CSV file in Google. Okay, you will get it.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Now you just observe this dataset, this simple dataset, which is having 4 column values. One is length, width, sepal length, and sepal width. This is having just 4. I mean, we have some 5 columns, and the last column is type of the iris. Okay, petal length, petal width, sepal length, and sepal width. Okay, just have 4 columns, and then serial number or index value will be there. Okay, now what you want to do is, for example, you want to know what is that, how many number of rows or how many number of columns you want to know it, right? So you just use data dot shape. This is data because this is data frame. Data means data frame. We store that entire data frame into our data. Okay, just here, this is my data. We have created data frame and we store that entire thing into data. Then you call data dot shape. Then you will get the number of rows and number of columns. Okay, this data set we have 150 rows. Okay, or we may call it as 150 records and 5 features. From here onwards you don't call it as rows and columns. Okay, so generally we need to call it as records and then features. Column will be features. Okay, for any data set we need to use the terminology as records. Okay, we have 150 records and 5 features are there. If you want to know description about this data set, then you call data dot describe. You execute this one. So this is description. We have count means there will be 150 petal length. Okay, 150 features are there, 150 petal width features are there, 150 sepal length features are there, 150 sepal width is there. If some value is missing here, okay, then it will give the count like 149 or 148. Okay, if the width is not there inside that data set, it will give some other count. So now so far have 150 records, all 4 column features are values are there. Then the mean of this particular length. Okay, now you see mean, right? For example, this is my petal length. Okay, for example, you have 150 records. For example, you want to compute mean for this 150 records. Generally it will take time, right? So mean means average, the average value of this particular feature or this particular column. Okay, so if you call the description, it will give mean value. So the mean value of petal length, that entire first column will be 5.84. The second one, the second column or second feature will be 3.05. Then the third feature we have 3.1. This is a description, means it will give some statistics about that particular data set. Mean value, then standard deviation, then what is the minimum value, minimum petal length value, minimum petal width value, minimum sepal length value, minimum sepal width value. Okay, then this you need
Sir,
to, yeah.
so this describe function will only work on numerical columns. So because it has ignored the last column.
Yes, it will work on numerical columns. There are other way you can work on textual data also. For that we have some other functions. Okay, later we will see. As of now, the numerical values you are going to see, right? maximum value top 25%, top 50%, then top 70%. Okay, so if you know more about what is these things, okay, you just give data.info. So for example, what type of data type it is, okay. So this petal length, petal width, sepal length, sepal width, which is having, I think you already know data type. This is float kind of data. We have 150 records, and then these are the data type. You want to know more about these particular features, okay, you need to give data.info. For any data set, these are the common data.info, data.describe, okay. So you will need to know. The next one is, so they are just calling some is null, okay. Is there any is null function is there or not, okay. For that now come here, okay. So our intention is, now we need to plot, okay, we need to visualize our data to understand the relationship between that numerical features, okay. So now we are going to use Seaborn library for plotting, okay. So we can also use Python Matplotlib library also to visualize the data, but as of now we are using Seaborn library. There are different types of plots like bar plot, box plot, scatter plots, okay. So scatter plot will be very useful for analyzing relation between two features, okay, like x and y axis. In Seaborn library, so we have pair plot is there, pair plot, which will be useful to plot all the features at once instead of plotting them individually, okay. So now see here, we are trying to plot pair plot. For that we are using SNS, means Seaborn library. So we have our data set will be there inside this data frame. You call this pair plot, okay. This is the function which is already implemented in Seaborn. You just call this function, and then you just call the plot.show, okay. You just try to execute this code and you observe, okay. So here, see, this is column wise visualization. Petal length, petal width, sepal length and sepal width, okay. All four features are there, okay. And then the relation, okay, the relation is there again here, petal length, petal width, sepal width, okay. So if you want to plot such kind of graphs, okay, so Matplotlib library you can't able to plot those things, okay. There will be some relationship also there, like this. What is the relationship between sepal width and petal length, okay. So this will be the graph, okay. What is the relationship between sepal length and petal length, okay. These are the different data points, you can able to visualize it, okay. So if you are using Matplotlib library, you can able to visualize within the one graph, but you can't able to do individually, okay. So that's why we are moving for SNS. I think previously someone asked, okay, in which case you want to use Matplotlib library, in which case you want to use Seaborn, okay. So this is one example. If you want to plot pair plot to visualize your data, you want to know the relationship between all your columns or features, okay. So in such cases you can go for like this, okay. See here the sepal length and sepal length. If you are plotting for sepal length and sepal length, there will be bar chart. The another thing you can able to just see only scatter plot. These are the data points. Data points means these are your points, okay. Where is this? This is my data set. These are the points, okay. These are my one data points for petal length, data points for petal width, data points for sepal length and sepal width, okay. Can you able to plot this graph? You just plot it, okay. Next one is, we will see, okay. Previously you have seen, okay. Now I'm trying to plot one map, okay. So now I am trying to plot, I am selecting data type, number data type, okay. So I am plotting some heat map, okay. This is called heat map. In this heat map, instead of plotting pair plot, okay, the same thing we are plotting in heat map, okay. The same values, both x and y axis, they have petal length, petal width, same thing only, but we are plotting heat map, okay. So this is my heat map. You just execute this one, you can able to so inside this heat map you can able to see some values. Okay, so and you can see some bar here. Based on this visualization you can able to make some decisions. Okay, for example, if you want to increase the size, okay, size of this figure, you just specify some size. If you want to make it big, you can make it as big. Okay, figure size. Okay, the figure size can change. If you want to see some small size, you specify that X and figure size. This is small. Okay, so like this we can change figure sizes also.
So what does the numerical presence inside the box represents?
So this is numerical correlation. Okay, the correlation between petal length and petal length. Okay, so what is the correlation? If you observe all these diagonal values 1 1 1 mean 1 1 1, right? What does this mean is, so this is matched. Okay, this petal length and petal length, the correlation is matched. We are going to consider it as 1. Okay,
Because both are same features.
yeah, both are same. So this 0.2f means just it will consider the two floating point values. If you are giving 3, let's see. Okay, it will give the 3 values. Okay, is that clear? These are the different parameters that is present in the heat map. Okay, based on these parameters, this is C map means the color of if you don't like these colors, okay, you want to visualize in some other colors. Okay, you just instead of taking cool mom, you can give pass some other name. Okay,
What does n not works n not equal to true?
and not okay. You want to know more about this thing. Okay, okay. Then okay, just a minute. See here, if you just click your mouse there, okay, you can able to see so many parameters, right?
Yes, sir.
You need to explore these
Okay.
things basically. So data means your data frame value. So if anybody wants to know more about these things, you just go through this one, and here view tab something is
Sir,
showing. Yeah,
sir, I have downloaded the data set, but it is not. It is giving error. File found error.
file found error. You don't have any file inside that data set.
Sir, I have downloaded that data set and extract the files.
Oh, you
After
just
extract,
oh,
after extracting files, I have to trying. I'm trying to read data, but it's giving a file found error.
okay. You are using Google Colab or
Jupyter notebook, sir.
Jupyter. Maybe your path. You check your path, sir, whether you have given proper path or not.
Okay, okay, sir.
The file found error means the file is not present, whatever the path you have specified. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, now this is heat map. You can able to plot like this. If anybody wants to explore more about these things, what are these different parameters? Okay, generally you need to go through. There will be so many options. Okay, if you want to change the line color, line width, okay, everything you can able to do it. Okay, you want to have square shape, this heat map, or you want to have some other shape. Okay, you explore more about these things, the respective source code, and you just open this tab. Okay, to know more about this thing, or else you just type heat map explanation, you will get to know. Okay, then the next one is how data is distributed based on this sepal length and width. We are just considering only two things, sepal length and sepal width. Okay, Okay, we are trying to plot some plotted graph. Okay, see here that inside that iris data set we have 4 different species. Okay, you just assume that these are the 4 different varieties, sorry, 3 different varieties of um, plants or flowers will be available. One is setosa, another one is versicolor and virginica. Okay, so this is my sepal length x-axis and sepal width is there. You just plot it, scatter plot. Okay, this is scatter plot. Previously we have learned some legend, right? For example, if you are plotting like this, you can use hue to specify your legends like this. Hue also, this is my hue means it's legend. Okay, these are the different data plots. Okay, try to run this code to plot the sepal length and sepal width features we are taking, and we are trying to plot scatter plot. Now we are using to plot this one again we are using SNS dot facet grid. This is facet grid. Okay, again same thing, if you want to, instead of going for sepal length and sepal width, you want to take petal length and petal width, you plot and visualize it. So this is that entire 150 records and will be present here. These are the different points. Okay, this is the relationship between petal length and petal width.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
So what is the map word in the second line?
Map word, where
In the second line, dot map.
this is facet. Okay, you are plotting some graph, right? Basically you see here, if you don't know, dot map. Okay, you are using SNS library, right? SNS dot facet grid dot, you are plotting this one, dot map.
So basically it is
If you
for
want to,
plotting the data set.
it will plot in one map. Map means general map only. Previously we are going to call it as figure, right? If you are using SNS library, we are going to consider it as map, and then you need to specify what kind of map you want. In this case I want scatter plot, and what are the features you are going to pass it. Okay, so you need to specify what type of map. This is cluttered, or if you want to give some other thing also you can give it, and you need to pass those features. So if you want to know more about this one, then you need to explore this Seaborn library. Okay, Seaborn library. You can have amazing visualization libraries, and you can able to plot so many things by using. Any questions? So if this is clear, then we will see some more graphs like violin.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, I'm a little bit confused with this SNS scatter plot, Matplotlib, C1. Means this Matplotlib and C1, scatter plot and SNS all are meant for data plotting.
Yeah, data plotting and visualization.
Okay, sir. Okay.
There are different ways. Okay, for example, if you are using Matplotlib library, you can able to plot the same thing. Okay, but you don't have dot map thing. The syntax is different. At the same time, the legends are there. If you observe the legends in Matplotlib library, it will come inside this graph. Okay, see, for example, here the outside. Okay, like visualization. some kind of variation will be there. Okay, so similarly we can use, okay, we can plot some other thing that is violin plot. Okay, so I am specifying, I am plotting like subplot. Previously you have seen subplot, right? Like here
Yeah.
they have specified 2 comma 2 comma 1. What is that meaning? So initially we
Yeah.
have figure size is there 12 10. Okay, the entire figure size is 12 10 or some size you need to specify. After that, this is 2 rows and 2 columns. Now see here, there are 4 graphs are there. This is 1 row, another row, first column and second column. Okay, so 2 comma 2 comma 1 means my subplot is 2 rows and 2 columns are there. This is my first graph. Okay, so inside this first subplot you are plotting violin plot. You need to call, okay, a violin plot in the sense means it will plot. Then x-axis you are going to consider it as species. Okay, species means the type. We have only 3 types that entire data set. One is setosa, another one is versicolor, another one is virginica. So then we are plotting violin plot for the species versus, you are going to consider y-axis will be sepal length, and you are going to pass your data frame. This is my entire data, and you are plotting violin graph for each and every feature. These are 4 features: sepal length, sepal width, petal length and petal width. And we have species. Okay, these are my species. And subplot, I am plotting it as, this is my first subplot, this is the graph for subplot 1. This is my second means subplot 2. 2 comma 2 means 2 rows and 2 columns, first plot, second plot, third plot, fourth plot. Okay, so this will be the visualization. If you want to decrease this size, okay, you can decrease it. If you so within one figure, you just see here, okay, there are 4 graphs are there, you can able to visualize. So this is violin graph. Again this violin
Sir,
plot is there. Yeah, SNS dot, you need to call
excuse me,
violin.
sir.
Yeah,
Explain once again SNS plot program, sir. I didn't understand coding, sir.
oh, you did not understand. Okay, for example, okay,
Previous program, sir.
not this one, violin. Which one I need to explain, violin or some other thing?
Previous program, sir.
This one.
This one, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so they are plotting facet grid. Facet grid is like previously in Matplotlib library we have plotted grid kind of thing, right? Some grid plot, have you seen some kind of line plots? Okay, the same thing only. This is one of the facet grid is one of the type that is present in the Seaborn library. You need to call facet library grid. This is my data means data frame, and you need to specify if you want legends, right? Here you are going to call it as in Seaborn hue. Hue means it will give like this. For example, if you don't have these labels, right, you don't know what is this blue points, what is this green points, what is this orange points. Okay, so if you specify like this, these are the different varieties of species that is present in iris dataset. All these blue points are belongs to the species setosa. All these orange points, okay, they are belongs to versicolor and virginica. Okay, then I want to plot dot map. With the help of dot map, we are plotting scatter plot. You need to specify plt dot scatter means scatter, or if you want some other thing you can mention. Okay, but this scatter plot, you have data here, you are going to plot scatter plot for petal length versus petal width. Okay, so you need to specify those 2 features. We have 4 features inside this entire data set. Okay, petal length, petal width, sepal length and sepal width. The another 5th feature is you have different varieties of species. Okay, iris means you just assume this is flower. Okay, that flower length width. Then you are going to add this legends, add that legend, then you call this plot.show. Basically this is the syntax how to plot face grid. Okay,
Sir, can we make simple grids in this, like grid lines?
yes, you can try. Okay, how to you just need to pass some parameter, that's it. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, so here we have so many parameters, right? You just identify which one. Okay, I will just, you want grid lines, right? You need to pass respective parameters to plot grid lines. Okay, you can do in different ways, but we will see. Okay, this is the,
I think it is not available in every graph.
hmm? No, just a minute. No, they are asking just grid lines only, right? We will see. You want to see like this, right?
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes.
You just need to give some, this grid instead of false, you just give true. Okay,
Okay, sir.
these are different ways. Okay, everything is possible. Okay, but
Okay,
what
sir.
you want to know is we need to know the respective parameters.
Okay, sir.
Sir,
Yeah.
sir, why you taken facet grid, sir? SNet dot facet grid.
No, if you want, you can take anything. This is just one plot, one type of plotting. Okay.
Facet grid means a species name, sir.
Facet grid means it's like kind of grid, right? Grid kind of face. This graph is called facet grid. Okay. This graph name
Okay,
is
sir.
facet grid. Okay. This graph is a violin plot. It depends on that shape. Okay. These are some kind of
Okay, sir.
faces. Okay. They have labeled it. This already they implemented everything. What do you want to know is we need to call the respective function or library to utilize for our requirement. Okay, here I need to visualize the petal length and petal length versus petal width. Okay, in scatter plot. For that we have used this thing. If you are having different requirement, for example, I don't want to see scatter plot, I want different plot. Okay, you just specify what type
Okay,
of
sir.
plot you want. Or else if you don't want facet grid, then what do you want? You want some other thing, you just change here. Okay, the name, instead of facet
SNet
grid
dot
you,
species, sir.
hmm? Yeah, SNS
SNet dot
dot
species.
the respective thing. Not, instead of facet grid, you just call some other plot. Okay, I mean some other grid, some other type of grid. Okay, so this is one type. If you just explore more about this one. Okay, if you don't want facet grid, you just type the alternative for facet grid. we will see one more relay plot. Okay, I will change, instead of, you don't want facet grid, right? So there is another thing called, we will see what it will give. LM plot. No, you can plot anything, okay? Instead of facet grid, you can go for, okay, I will display one more thing. So for example, this is my facet grid, right? I don't want facet grid. I want some other thing, okay? So I'm just trying to this code, okay? I have loaded my iris dataset. Just see here, this is some other type, relay plot. Previously we have, we demonstrated pair plot, okay? So this is some other type. Instead of going everything in one graph, okay? So here all these different varieties of species present in one figure. Now you see here the blue color, okay? The setosa is here, and then versicolor is here, and then virginica is here. These are different varieties here. We can able to, instead of plotting facet grid and scatter plot, you just call, instead of facet grid, you call relay plot. Then you pass all your values, okay? Is that clear? These are the different ways, okay?
Okay, sir.
You try to explore more about what are the different plots available in Seaborn.
We can also explore the seaborne documentations. We find it in the book.
So there are scenarios you want to visualize like this, or there are scenarios you want to visualize like this, okay? Whenever you have requirement like this, you need to call this respective plot, okay, relay plot. If you are having scenario like this, you need to call the facet grid, okay? So that's up to you, okay? So anyhow, next one we have seen this thing. What is this? Facet grid is over, and then violin plot also, okay? So again, if you want to change this violin color, here blue color is there by default, okay? You can change the color of this violin also, okay? We can pause the respective parameters, okay? Let's see. Then box plot, the next one, okay? Same thing only. Previously we called violin plot, right? So wherever violin plot is there, you just call the box plot. Concept is
So,
same, okay?
in violin plot, what is the white line, middle white line, small represents?
That, I think that is the average value, middle white line. Based on that particular data point, it's going to plot the violin.
The black line, thick black line.
Thick black line are the data points. White one is the average data point. Okay.
So how the shape is made of this kind for different data?
What is the shape of the violin?
Means for every data set the shape of is different. So how it defines the shape?
See here, this may be the minimum value. For example, I am just giving some view about this violin, okay? This may be the minimum value of your petal length. This may be the maximum value of your petal length, okay? Similarly, here also we are going to plot this graphs, right? Sepal length. This is the minimum value of what is this x-axis, okay? Okay, if you are considering this is petal length, this may be some other thing, right? You may consider this is sepal length, okay? Minimum value of sepal length, and this will be the maximum value of sepal length, okay? So based on those values, okay, it is going to plot that violin inside data
Okay,
points
sir.
based on the data
Yes.
points, okay?
Okay.
Similarly, black spot also the same concept. Instead of violin shape, the same concept, okay? You are going to have box shape. Here instead of violin, you will just call the SNS dot box plot. Again same thing, the values will be at the data points. This may be the your average value. There are some times, okay, if you see here some data points, okay, this is one data point, these are outliers. Here also some outliers are there. Outliers are means the values, okay, deviate the entire average value. Here also one outlier, okay. So there are few data points, we are going to see some outliers are there. Is that clear?
Yes, sir, clear. But one question I have: how can we learn all these things, sir?
Huh?
How can we learn? Because one-time learning is not sufficient to be effective. So how can we continue the learning all these things?
Okay, how can you continue means, see, this Python, everything is existing, sir.
Okay.
You need to decide what to plot, okay? And then if you want to learn all these things, okay, I told you, you just go through Seaborn library. You just type the Seaborn library in Python, okay? It will
All right.
redirect you to the official page, okay? There they will have documentation for all these things, Seaborn and then Matplotlib library. And then Seaborn, they have different functions. I'm just explaining only few plots, for example, 3-4 plots, box plot, violin plot, okay? Uh,
Mm-hmm.
and then line plot, okay? There are so many plots also available, okay? You just refer that official documentation, Python official documentation. Whenever a scenario comes into picture, okay, you can able to, you will get some idea. Oh, I need to use this kind of plot. Okay, I need to pass this kind of parameters to change my color of the box plot or something else, okay? So here, if you observe here box plot, there are n number of parameters, but I am not exploring all these things, right? I am just giving that what is my x value and y value, what is my data set. But we have so many options. You see here, these are the different parameters. If you change these parameters, then your shape or your shape of that plot or visualization will be, uh, you can see some change in visualizations, okay?
Yes, sir.
Sir, can you please repeat box plot or outliers for this?
Same only, if you understood about violin plot, instead of violin, you rename it as box, okay? The data points between these pieces and sepal length, right? Based on, for example, we have setosa, okay? These are the data points, sepal length data point, okay? Based on the data points, the box is, you are going to plot it, okay? If you don't know, you need to refer this thing, okay? Your original data set. This is my data set, right? For example, I am taking these two features, petal length and petal width. This is my x value, this is my y value. This is my one data point, okay? This is my second data point, third data point, fourth data point, okay? Based on these data points, we are trying to plot the graphs.
Sir, what things we can visualize through box plot?
See, for example, based on this box plot, can you able to say what is the average sepal length of this versicolor?
What sir?
My question is, what is the average sepal length If the species is versicolor,
Between 4 and 5.
4.5, sir.
something like that, right?
Yes,
Now
sir.
you told some answer. For example, this is 150 records of data.
Okay.
Based on my question, you told this is between 4 and 5 or 4.5 something. Here also
Yes.
is the same scenario. Okay. So what is my average sepal length if you are considering it as setosa species? Okay. So based on this visualization, we can able to make some decisions. Okay. We can come to some conclusion. Okay. Suppose if you want to refer that entire Excel, okay, it will take more time. Now within fraction of seconds, we can able to uh, respond, or if you can able to decide what to do. Okay.
What are the circles in that, sir?
Circles means outliers. There are few data points, those are deviating. Okay. For example, the average is between 3.5 and 5, but this is having 3 value. Okay. So for example, if you consider these are the outliers, okay, if you consider this value, the entire box plot average will change. Okay. So in such scenarios, if you are having any deviated values, it will plot like this. You are going to call this as outliers. Okay.
Sir, how to remove outliers?
For that, anyhow, you need to plot the outliers. If you are having such kind of requirement, you can able to do it. Okay. I need to check once again. Okay, how to remove outliers in box plot. Okay, there are syntax will be there. Okay, maybe you need to somewhere you need to change. Okay, for example, instead of true or false, okay, or else by default it will plot the outliers. If you change some parameter here, okay, instead of none or false, okay, native scale, large scale, formatter, if you change the parameter, you can able to remove the outliers also. As of now, I can't able to recollect it. Later I will tell you how to remove outliers. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So far about these things about this visualization. Mm, and then okay, sometimes okay, you are going to okay, you want to split your data set. For example, 150 records are there, you want to split some 70. Now you want to split that entire data set into different sizes, right? You need to give training and testing data set for machine learning. Okay, maybe next session I will explain some modeling. Okay, as of now you have seen visualization only. Now we need to know modeling. Okay, why we are using this data set, what is the usage. We are going to see some machine learning algorithms, basic machine learning algorithms like SVM, logistic regression, okay, then decision tree. So with the help of same iris dataset, next class I will explain this ML models. Okay. So for example, why we are doing this ML model means now we have 150 records data. Now there will be some new data record. New record will come. I will give some values. Okay. Manually I will give, for example, see here I will give instead of 5 I will give 6.1, then 4.5, then 2.5, then sepal length will be 0.6. Like this I have given 4 features to you. Now what my question is, I want to classify these 4 features belongs to what kind of species it is, whether it is setosa or whether it is versicolor, or you want to call some other. Okay, there will be third species. Okay, so based on these 4 features, if there is any new data record comes into picture, you need to classify it is. So for that we need machine learning models to classify the new data records. Okay, so next class I will explain about this modeling. Okay, so with this I am going to stop here. Any questions? So
Yes, sir, I have a query, sir.
hmm.
Sir, is it possible to learn through distance mode or online courses about this data analytics, Python or SQL or R languages?
Is it possible?
To learn this full course online or distance mode through distance mode?
Now you are learning full course only, right?
Okay.
You have registered for NPTEL or not?
Yes, I have
If you
registered
have
for 2
registered,
courses.
means you are learning full course only. You need to
All right.
present all session. I mean, you need to go through that recorded videos, all 12 weeks of videos. Okay,
Mhm.
you will get some basics from there, and then we are going to give some live sessions. Okay, like this, some
All right.
additional information. Then we will tell, okay, some sources. For example, if you want to know more about the Seaborn library or Matplot library,
Mm.
these sources are available in Google. Okay, these are open sources. You just go through it, and then you need to practice. Okay, you need to execute different types of codes, Python codes. You can visualize it. This is the only way. Even though if you are taking any course from somewhere else, okay, they will discuss
Mhm.
these things only. You need to put some efforts and you need to practice it.
That means I will be able to get the full certificate after completion of this course.
Some conditions apply. You need to get some marks, right? For example, assignments are there
Yes.
after every week. Okay, they
Mhm.
have some criteria, some 50% or 60%. Then only you will get the
Mhm.
certificate. Okay, and then at the end they will conduct one NPTEL exam.
Yes.
Even though if you are taking any, I mean, you are taking Python from Coursera or somewhere, some any MOOCs, okay, they will
Mhm.
have some criteria to issue certificate, like participation certificate, or you want to get some grade, okay, good grade or some kind of thing, okay, they have their own criteria.
Okay. So I want some books, sir, so that I can read and join the classes.
Okay. As of
So
now,
if
there
you
will be
prescribe, no, if you can prescribe some books so that I can buy or download for PDF format.
books for
Some
books for what? Data analytics or Python or
so I want to
probability
learn
and
this
statistics.
Yes, sir, I have done MA in economics, so I'm my basic mathematics is quite good. So because I'm a teacher in secondary level, I am teaching them statistics, probability, and all these things.
Okay.
So now since this is a new generation topic, so I want to learn full course. That is my query, sir.
Okay. So there are so many books available in public domain itself, even in Google also. What you want to do is you just ask, okay, Google or ChatGPT, what is the good book for to learn and specify
Okay, okay,
Python, or you
okay.
want to learn probability, or you want to learn statistics. Like that, you need to give some query. They will give some good books. Okay. Anyhow,
Yes,
any book
sir.
will have the concepts are same only. Okay, whatever they are going to give, the concepts are same, the packages are same.
Mhm.
You need to apply whatever you learn from those books. You need to apply that knowledge into this Python code.
Yes, their courses are there in NPTEL itself. This probability and statistics. I have taken 2 courses from NPTEL right now. This is one is econometrics, another is data analytics and Python. So after finishing these 2 courses, I'll do this certificate, this probability and statistics.
Okay. Even they will give some books, right? NPTEL team, they will, whenever you just log into their website, they will give some books, okay?
Okay, sir.
And
Okay,
they
okay.
have their own notes also, like some transcripted notes, whatever the
Yes,
lecturer
yes.
videos, okay? They are going to give, they will give that PPTs and some kind of lecture notes they will provide, okay?
Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, would you mind sharing the lecture notes, sir? Like at the start of the lecture, you have showed some like quotes, right, sir?
What we will do is we will record this entire session. We will share the YouTube link and then this notebook files, IPython notebook files.
Okay, sir.
That will be there. You just log into your NPTEL course and left side you go to the live sessions, or I think they have named it as some problem solving sessions. Okay,
Okay,
There you
sir.
will get one public sheet, Excel sheet.
Okay.
Inside that you can able to find that links, YouTube link and then folders. Okay. Whatever
Uh,
whatever we
sir,
are discussing now, all those things will be uploaded into that public sheet. Okay.
where can I see, sir? Like, there is when I log in, there is a dashboard of announcement about course, mentors.
Left side live sessions or problem solving session, something will be there,
Uh,
right? You click on that one.
okay, sir.
I will show that sheet to you. Okay, just wait.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
So if anybody wants to know where can I find, just a minute. I'm sharing that link to you. If anybody wants to,
It would be great, sir.
just check this link. I have shared one link. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So regarding this PMRF, there are two people are there. Myself, Ambati Ramreddy. Another one is Jagriti M. Patil. Okay.
Okay, sir.
I suggest to go through both. I mean, she will teach different things. I will going to teach different things. Okay.
Okay, sir.
You refer both videos and
Sure.
go through this presentation folder link. Okay. You can find this some PPTs and this
Yes.
Python notebook files. Okay.
Yes, sir. I got it, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Sir,
Yeah.
please tell me how to think and write the code logically, sir.
Think and write the code logically in the sense means first you need to know this Python basics. Okay. Then thinking means, for example, if you are asking about what's your background actually?
BCA, sir.
BCA, which year? I mean, do you know any
Final
other
year.
programming language like C programming or Java?
C, Java,
You know?
Python. Yes, sir. I know, sir.
The same thing only here. It's simpler than, the syntax is simple than C and Java, right? The same thing only. For example, if for you I am telling, if you want to think and if you want to write code, okay, there are some hackathons and there are some websites are there like for coding. Okay, I will give few websites. You try to log in there and you need to solve different problems. Okay, they will give different problems.
Okay, sir.
And you need to solve through that respective programming language. Okay, for example, through Python you solve few problems, then coding practice. Like lead code, I will share code forces. Okay, yet coders, code chef. Okay, these are different websites. Hacker rank. Okay, hacker rank, hacker earth. Okay, you can register any one of these things. Okay, lead code, code forces, head coder, code chef. Okay, hacker rank, hacker earth, and there will give some problems. Okay, you try to solve those problems. Okay,
So what type of problem they offers?
see, there are different level. Okay, you want simple problems or you want moderate problems or you want to difficult problems. Okay, first you start from simple, then you go for moderate and then difficult. Okay, you log into their websites and you just check it. Okay, basically like problem solving, they will give some logic, they will explain in theoretical way. You need to find out solution in mathematical approach, then you can write the same thing using, you can solve it by using any one programming language. In this case you just use the Python to solve that particular problem. Okay, any questions? You want to know that websites, huh? Okay, if you don't have any questions with this, I will stop here.
Sir, I don't know, sir. Basic detailed information Python, sir.
First, for example, you want to solve problems means you need to know some basics like this, right? It will take some time. Okay, now only you started, right, to learn Python.
In college, sir, just for studying exam purpose, sir.
No, you are studying.
This type of don't teaching, sir.
Oh, they are not teaching. Even though we are teaching in basic level only, because there will be diversity. People are there, like BCA people, BTech people, and some faculty are there. Okay. You need to learn. That's it. You need to learn and practice. Okay.
Okay, sir.
By using these resources, okay, like NPTEL, and we are sharing some public sheets, okay, and you can watch some YouTube and some good channels, okay. You try to learn it, okay. Once you know, I mean, if you have basic knowledge on Python, then you solve, I mean, you apply this knowledge to solve different problems in those websites like HackerRank, HackerEarth, okay, LeetCode. You take any one website, you try to start from the simple to you go for the hard level, okay. Simple means they will give some simple problems. Hard means very difficult problems, okay. Okay. Any other things? Okay, I will stop here.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Good night all.